Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Tishela and today we're going to talk about perimeter. Now, perimeter is basically the distance around a shape, right? So I'll give you an example you can relate to. So think about your house or your complex, wherever you live. Now, typically there's a wall around your house, right? Around your complex, right? A wall or a fence, some kind of a boundary that separates your house from your neighboring houses or neighboring buildings, right? Now, the length of this wall, if you were to take a measuring tape and you started measuring around the wall, right? Along the wall around your house, you would be, in fact, measuring the perimeter of your house. I guess your yard would also be included in that, right? So that's basically what a perimeter is. The walls around your room or your classroom. If you measure the lengths of those walls and you add together those different values, those will give you the sum of those distances is basically the perimeter, right? Now I'll make an example with shapes. In later grades, you're going to start measuring perimeter using rulers. So you're going to be using all sorts of fun units of measurement, from centimeters to millimeters, and in some cases even meters and kilometers. But for now, we're going to be using unit, right? Okay, so let me explain the shapes that you're looking at here, right? As you can see, the shapes have been drawn onto a grid, and there are tiny little squares inside of these shapes. These squares make it easier for us to measure, and these squares are called square units. And we're going to use these squares a bit more when we're calculating area, which is different from perimeter. Now, say you wanted to calculate the perimeter of the first shape, which is this shape over here, right? Basically, you would have to count along the length of the shape. So, the distance from here to here is 1 unit, right? So this would make this 2 units. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and finally 16. This basically means that the perimeter of the shape in the first example is actually 16 units. 16 units. Now, as I said earlier, in later grades, you're going to be using meters and centimeters and all of that fun stuff. But for now, just to get you to understand the idea of perimeters, we're going to be using units. Now, let's go to the second shape as well. Again, you're counting along the length of the shape, so the outside boundary. So just imagine that this entire shape here is a yard, right? And the distance around it, the boundary around the shape, that would be along the perimeter of the shape, which is where you're counting. Don't confuse this for area, which is when you count the blocks that are inside the shape. Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now the perimeter of the second shape would then be 20 units. Now I'm using my pencil here to make all of these markings around the shape, just to make it easier for me to count, but also to remember where I started counting. Because a common problem that happens is, I'll make an example with example 3 here, is without the markings. Let's say you started counting here, right? And you go 1, 2, 3, 4. By the time you come around into this side, you might forget where you started counting, and you might accidentally count the same place twice. So it's important that if you are forgetful like I am, please make markings using a pencil. Third example, let's count along the perimeter of the shape, the outside boundaries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, as you can see here, right, this sometimes causes some confusion because we're going from a straight line, right? This is a straight vertical line to a diagonal line. However, it doesn't really make that much of a difference because at the end of the day, this is still the length of 1 unit. So it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Now, it would be a different story if I was counting the inside of the shape, as this block is clearly not equal to this block. But that's for another concept. So we're just going to continue counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the perimeter of our third shape would then be 13 units. Now I'm going to give you guys a little activity to do on your own. You can basically just pause the video and try to answer these questions on your own. I would really recommend that you do that. So you can pause the video now. Okay, I'm assuming you paused the video, you tried to answer this by yourself. Now let's see if the answers that you got were correct. We're going to start with letter A. I'm choosing to start here again. Doesn't really matter where you start counting. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. The perimeter of the first shape is equals to 26. 26 what? Units. 26 units. All right. Let's figure out the perimeter of our second shape. Same old. Nothing changes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The perimeter of our second shape is equal to 20 units. Last but not least, let's do our final and last shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The perimeter of our last shape also happens to be 20 units. Right, guys, that's it for the lesson on perimeter. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please leave a like, please leave a comment, or else I will call your teacher and ask them to give you 20 times more homework. I'm joking. It's a joke. Thank you. Bye.